Hello my house, I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. Today I'm going to talk about what resonating means. I'm doing this little video for those that are new to pick a card readings and may stumble upon this terminology and may not know what it means. So this is based on my own opinion, what I find resonating means, and if you don't agree with me, then that's totally fine. Maybe you find that resonating means something different in this context. And I would love to see what you think about it. Yourself. So, I am going to talk about resonating in the terms of pick a card readings that you see on YouTube, on Instagram, or on TikTok, or whatever it is. And you might find that the reader sometimes says, "Take what resonates and leave the rest." So, what I am thinking about what resonating means is if when the reader who is reading the cards is telling you something about your past, your present, or your future that you are either you went through, you are going through, or you have been thinking of doing in terms of the future. And I want to explain it like this. When there is a reading where the reader goes into your past, then the reader may say, like, in the past, you may have been hurt by someone that was really dear to you. And it may come that through the intuition, it comes through that someone dear to you, like your best friend, and then the reader says, it was your best friend or something like this. And if this is true to you, that you were hurt by someone that you considered dear to you, that you were best friend that maybe betrayed you, then you feel like, oh, this is true because this happened to me in the past. So this is where it resonates, because the reader is telling you something that happened in the past to you. Then there is the present, where the reader may say, maybe you are currently going through a time of confusion. You don't know which way to decide because you are at a crossroads, and you think to yourself, that is true, I have been thinking that there is this path and this path, and I don't know which path of those two to take, and so you are at that crossroad. So the reading is resonating with you. Then for the future, the reader may say that you have been thinking of educating yourself further and doing something of higher education, and you may have been thinking about going back to college, getting a different degree, or whatever, taking a course to study something that you already knew, maybe a little bit better and further, or refresh your thoughts, because everything from when you have learned it to now, it may have progressed, it may have had some new developments, and so what you knew in the past may not apply now in the present, and so you go back to learn those new ways that in the past, when you learned it, was not possible because it developed later. So this is a possibility as well. And so you think to yourself, oh yeah, this resonates with me because I have been thinking about doing that. So that's when also in terms of resonating comes the discernment. You have to also be discerning what the reader says, because a pick a card reading is where a lot of people watch the reading, and everyone goes through different things at different times as well. And the details will differ from me to you. So you may have been bullied, and I have been bullied too, but maybe your bullying has been in a more physical way, and in my case it was more on a verbally way. So there is certain details that will differ from me to you, but the overall thing that we have in common is that we have been bullied. So what a pick card reading does is that all the people that are watching, the energy is that of the majority, or it makes it as general as possible so that it can apply to as many people as possible. So there are going to be messages that are not for you. If there is something about the present, like your significant other, you have trouble with communicating with them because of something that happened in the past, and to you it resonates the thing that happened in the past, but the significant other doesn't resonate with you because you are currently single. So maybe the significant other is someone else in your life that you have trouble communicating with, or you don't have trouble communicating with, and so this message was for someone else. So you have to also know your own story and what you hear from the reader. Don't apply it to your story. See if your story fits into what they are saying. Don't take everything the reader says as face value. For example, let's say you are going to get a reading where the reader says that in the future you are going to be a writer or a novelist or whatever, and you have never thought of doing that because you never really wrote anything, like thinking about writing books or whatever, or blogs, and so you are, I never thought of this. Is this true? Am I going to do this? That's when you are uncertain. So it doesn't resonate with you because it's something that will happen in the future or it will not happen in the future. And so that's when you also have to be discerning and maybe discard this for now and don't fixate on this. And okay, the reader said that I'm going to be a writer, so I'm going to be a writer. Maybe you don't even like to write, so you don't love it, you don't do it with passion, so discard that message. And maybe down the line in the future, maybe you will think about writing something because you suddenly feel like it, or you thought about it in that moment but you forgot about the reading that you had in the past, and then you start writing and you will remember, wait, wasn't there a message like this in the past that I received? So that's when it's going to resonate, because the future, when a reader is reading, there is two possible ways. Either you are going to you are thinking about it and that's when it resonates, or there is a chance that it may be for someone else that is watching this reading, or it may also have the possibility that right now you are not going to think about it, but later down the line, more in the future, you will do what the reader has said, but currently not. So it's like something that is more in the distance in the future. So there is where you also have to not take everything that the reader says as face value. Take it with a grain of salt. Leave it at the back of your mind when it comes to the future, and not disregard it, but continue to living your life how you have been, or how you have planned it to be, doing the things that you love and you are passionate about, and not taking it as, oh, the reader said I'm going to be a singer, so now I have to sing, and that it's not how it works. Just so for those that are new to pick a card readings and may not know that not everything, not every message will be for you. It may be for someone else. So that's why people are saying take what resonates and leave the rest. Take the messages that you can see fits with your story, not that the story that they are saying you have to fit into your life. There is this difference. So let me look at the notes that I wrote to see if I've said everything that I wanted. So that's why I was reading some. That's why I'm also often in my readings I say that you should trust yourself and trust your intuition. So if you get a pick a card reading, trust yourself and your intuition. You will know if a message is for you or not. You will feel it, you will hear it. Maybe you can even make up something with your spiritual team, with your spirit guides, with your angels, with the ancestors, and what not that you work with, to give you a sign that when a reading applies to you and what the reader is saying is like a confirmation, and you want to get the second confirmation from your spiritual team because they know better than anyone else what your life is and what your life is going to be like. So if you want to have that confirmation from your spiritual team, then ask them to show you a specific sign, maybe to say, hey, I'm not sure if I should take what the reader says as true or not. Can you give me a sign? Should I take this reading as this was for me, or if it wasn't? For example, hard to tell is when you do when you're not sure if the reason reading applies to you is because it is something that will happen in the future and you never thought about it, in case of like a love reading, like you are getting a reading about to see who is your next romantic partner or who you are going to marry because it is fun. So you're not sure, hey, is this right or is this wrong? Because you don't know that person who you are going to marry or get into a relationship with. So having your spiritual team there and helping you is the best thing that you can do. So asking them, hey, can you give me a sign if this is this reading applies to me or if it doesn't? And please don't ask for angel numbers, because angel numbers are a little bit tricky, because all the tension. I saw this on TikTok by someone else that explained angel numbers and them being like, yeah, there is angel numbers and I'm spiritual, but also I'm also scientific, and you have to know that your brain will, if you are focusing on number patterns, your brain will see, okay, the person, in this case like me, let's say, okay, my brain is saying, oh, okay, Athina is paying attention to the same digit numbers, 111, 222. She's paying attention to this. It is important. So I have to now focus on wherever I see those numbers to highlight them for her. So because your brain is so programmed that it searches for patterns in your life and tries to find solutions to them. So angel numbers, if you pay attention a lot to them, your brain can also make you pay attention to them, because it is it learned, hey, I need to pay attention to this, and sometimes it may not even be a message from your guides to you. Like for example, now I saw that the video was on 1444, and I was like, okay, either that is a message from my team telling me something, or this was just my brain showing me, hey, there's a pattern that you have been paying attention to, so here it is again. So search for a sign that is completely different, that is not a pattern for your brain to pick up. You can say that they should show you an image of an animal or a video of an animal to make it more specific, so that you cannot put it in like, okay, this is my brain searching for patterns, or this is my algorithm. Because if you have been watching a lot of videos about cats, then you should not take the sign as, okay, if this reading is for me, then my sign is going to be a cat. Because you have been already seeing videos of cats, then the algorithm of your social media is already spaced with cats, so you will have more of an easier way to find a video of a cat and take this as a sign that may not be a sign at all, because it's just technology doing its thing. It's thing. So take, if you can, an animal that you don't have any association with, that you have not watched any videos or images or anything like this. Take something, a sign that cannot go back into your algorithm, or that you don't talk about a lot because your phone is listening to you. Once I was talking to my friends about something, and later down the line, a few days later, I got an ad about that, something that I was talking about, and I was like, yeah, this is strange. This feels like my phone was listening to me. So technology is listening to you. Just so to say, so take something that you have never said about, that is not in your algorithm, and when possible, not an angel number that you see on the clock. You can say, yeah, okay, team, give me this certain number sequence, but not on the clock. I want to see it in some other place. Get creative. I did this in the past with the number plates on the cars, because I said, look, I see those number patterns often on the clock. So I'm not going to take this as a sign. So show me the sign on something different that is not the clock. And at that time, I was never paying attention to the number plates of the cars. And then out of nowhere, a car came later down the day, after I even forgot about it. I asked my team to do this, and the number plate, and I saw the number that I had in mind for my answer. And I was like, oh, and then I remembered back to what I have said, because I totally forgot about it. So my team also worked with me and put in back the memory of what I had said when I saw the number plate. So work hand to hand with your team to get confirmation if you are unsure if a reading is for you or not. So this video was even longer than my first try. I did this video previously last week, but my perfectionism kicked in, and I thought, no, that video was bullshit. I have to film it again and make it better. And now I made it better, and I even talked more than I should have. But whatever, you know me. If you have seen my videos often, you know that I talk too much. But either way, this was my 5 cents on what resonating means, and some other tensions that came in. But I hope that you liked it. I hope that it made sense to you. I hope it could help you. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye!